We don't like unedited. We're like, raw.
Okay.
We're pretty raw, unfiltered.
Hey, I like it.
We want to say this right now to the recording, to the studio audience. Like, we don't want to be edited. What you see is what you get, because this is a passion for us. We, me specifically, I'm a senior citizen, so I've done a lot of things in my life, and Angel's had some experiences too. She can share. Started it, closed 15 businesses. I've owned 4 dealerships. I've owned car dealerships, motorcycle dealerships. I've been COO of companies in Hawaii and Kentucky and all over the place. And this San Diego Harley Davidson is my 18th fairway, right? This was something I always felt about Harley when I first started being involved in it, was wow, everybody's so happy. There's a standing joke in the Harley community: you never see a Harley Davidson out of in front of a psychiatrist's office.
Okay.
And then God blessed me with being the Harley dealer, or running the Harley Davidson dealership at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, right? So a lot of military in Hawaii, probably the highest concentration of military in the world, and then San Diego's probably a close second. But I know when I go to bed at night, I felt like everybody I talked to had a better day because of this experience, right? So I said, yeah, most people in the motorcycle industry, especially guys that are veterans or active duty, they don't have the same fear level, right? So I don't want to try anything new, right? But when you've been in the military, and you've, especially a Marine, right, nothing scares you guys, I guess. So at the end of the day, hey, let's ride a motorcycle. I'll ride one if I want to.
Yeah.
That's generally a challenge we have, is that I'm trying to get somebody, or we are trying to get somebody to do something that everybody will agree is bold and courageous and maybe even outrageous, but everybody tells you, don't do it, you're kidding me, no, don't, especially your mom. And as a result, it's a barrier. So then you say, gosh, you have to go take a 2-day class, you've got to spend $400 on that, you got to buy helmet, gear, and all this stuff, and you don't even know if you're going to like it. And we're kind of in an ADD generation, right? So getting anybody to focus for 2.5 days, spend money, right, and then buy something that everybody's telling you not to do, that's a hard sell when there's no experience level. But when you have military, they've already been there, done that. When I was growing up, everybody had a mini bike. So we all rode mini bikes and stuff, so it was a natural progression. Nowadays, maybe the e-bike's gonna make a difference, but with the military community in San Diego specifically, it's just the perfect spot. So when it comes to what the manufacturers do, they'll always support the military. So we can't go a month where we don't have a warrior or a hero program where they pay for your rider's academy class, or at least discount it.
Wow.
We'll provide that kind of stuff. They'll also have special interest rates and fines. So from a commercial standpoint, a lot of support. We get the most support organically though, right? Because all of the riding clubs that we support, because it's all of the different groups. I mean, you get out of the military, the veterans are like, man, one thing we miss is camaraderie.
Yeah, that's right.
And then they walk, 50, 100 riding clubs here that we service here at San Diego? Right, so you name it, there's a riding club for it. There's the Catholic riders, there's the sober riders, there's the bad boy riders, there's the
Hawaiian riders,
the Litas.
there's
right?
Women riding groups.
Somebody just comes in here and leaves it at the door, and it's like, wow, how do you celebrate the greatest machine that was ever built, as far as I'm concerned? You can't have more fun for less money than riding a motorcycle. First of all, half of my staff are veterans. Then the notion is that Harley Davidsons are expensive. At the end of the day, they get 50 miles to the gallon. The payment's way less, and in San Diego you can ride them 365 days a year.
Absolutely.
There's free parking everywhere, so all of the challenges you have with San Diego are immediately gone. And the fact is, they're not that much money. We have special programs with flex financing and 0% interest rates that we can make them affordable on a monthly payment. But where the real value is, and Angel can attest to this, is the resale value.
Resale value.
Everybody nobody woke up and said, man, I cannot wait to get myself a Vulcan.
Okay.
Man, I cannot
Sorry,
wait. I've been dreaming about a Shadow. I'm going to get myself a Shadow t-shirt, and I'm going to have fun, right?
I have never seen a Honda Shadow tattoo, I gotta tell you.
I can agree with that. I've never seen that either. So I love what you said. Man, it gave me some chills a little bit, and
Nice.
it was beautiful. What I do want to know, if Angel, you could help out, is how do y'all market towards women?
Yeah, so the female riding segment is actually fairly new to motorcycling. So when I first started riding in 2012, it was only about 13% of all motorcyclists were female. So you also have to then scope that out even wider, that the reality is only about 3% of the population even knows how to operate these vehicles. It takes skill, it takes dedication, like Dan was explaining with the riding academy and that barrier of entry of, it's not quite the same as just walking into a car dealership, picking out what color you like and making sure you can afford the payments.
Yes.
You have to really be invested into the lifestyle and the culture of, I need gear, I need safety, I need awareness. And it's also, like any skill, needs practice. So you can't just go years without riding and then jump on your bike and think you're gonna hit the twisties and the curvies like you did when you were riding every single day. So there's this whole community around doing these group rides and riding often, riding frequently, and how many miles can you get on the bike. And I think that's why it resonates so well with military, is it gives you that brotherhood.
Yes.
It gives you that connection that you get in the military, of that we're on the same team.
Yes.
And Dan's been talking about that a lot lately, is it is like this great neutralizer of, it doesn't matter what your background is, what your culture is, if you ride a motorcycle, we're on the same page with motorcycling. Because we've gone through all of that.
She didn't
It's
share.
like a rite of passage.
She
So
didn't share.
females, it's the same thing. Like, cool, hey, that girl rides, we'll go ride together, and just showing that women are capable of doing it is a. So when I take
Times are
that's-
changing.
Times are changing, so that's crazy to think about. But then I look at, okay, well now the percentage of motorcycle riders is in the 20s. It's like 22 or 23%. So that number is just going to continue to climb, and it's just exposure. It's just showing like, oh, it doesn't matter how short or how much I weigh or what my strength level is, because again, it's a skill. You'll meet plenty of men here that probably weigh less than I do, are shorter than me, and they can jump on any single bike in the showroom and rip it, and like a professional. So I think as more females are exposed to that, they will see like, oh, if you want to ride a motorcycle, you absolutely can ride a motorcycle.
I think that she out of benevolence to me, she's being very nice, because the most important part of marketing to the potential female riding on it is keeping me out of it. And I mean that. I'm very confident. And she's been amazing at it, because she's very diplomatic and nice to me, and you know, really coaches me. I call it my filter.
Your filter. She's your filter.
I am the filter. Yeah.
And I can tell you this now, because I've stepped back and I understand the truth of it.
Yeah.
Is that there is no woman rider that wants to have a guy like me tell them why they need to ride.
Hey, okay.
The minute you do that and try to explain it, you are talking to it's just like, sorry, I don't want to hear from you. And it's not a negative. It's not even it's not even like rude or anything. It's just like, I'm making my own decision. But I can tell you this from Angel's input and me stepping back, and I have two daughters that actually started the project much earlier. Angel just finished it, because there's certain things that my daughters can't say while they still receive a little assistance here and there.
Yes,
is
that's
that or they just love me. At the end of the day, my greatest joy, again, I have 4 children, 2 boys, 2 girls, and is that when I watch Angel's team put a young lady on a motorcycle that never rode before, and then I watch her go through the class, and I just see the energy change in this person, right? Because the drive and initiative was there. I want to be different. I'm gonna do it. I don't care what anybody tells me, right? Because remember, my age and my group, right? My loosened stereotype, right? And then I watch the evolution, and the bike gets picked out, and then I'm gonna go better than dudes in the sense of, can I ride around your parking lot for the next few days and just practice before? I'm like, absolutely. Caution, professionalism, like, love it.
Yes.
But then I get lost doing something. My life's crazy, right? And then all of a sudden, Angel's got a group ride going on, and I see that same young lady, like, parking, and she is just like, madman, this is the greatest thing ever. And I don't care and I've heard, every kind of scenario you could think of, whatever that trigger was, it said, F it, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Right? And it's almost always got some kind of thing like that. And to see the independence and the joy and the excitement and this whole world opening up, to me, that's my favorite thing about doing this now.
And I'm glad you touched on that, because there is a large female audience that's going to see this, and I'm sure they're going to love hearing it. So thank you for touching on that.
I mean, Angel, when she hosted last year, I was away. And, the thing she does when I'm away is she hosts International Female Writers Day, right?
Okay. Yeah, and, we're doing it again this coming year.
And thousands, come in, and then I get the benefit though, because I'm like, thank you for opening up the shop. This was great. All the pictures of all the ladies, and then she had artwork everywhere hanging up from the rafters of all these great photos of ladies writing, and then just learning about all this stuff, like, Babes Write Out. Well, what is that? It's like Burning Man meets Bonnaroo, Carnival. I'm like, well, not exactly, but it's like, it's a thing.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what does that mean? And like, yeah, women from all over the world ride their motorcycles and end up out here
like a
in the desert.
Mm-hmm. And just go riding all weekend.
Yeah.
I'm like, how cool is that?
It's awesome.
You don't do that in a Honda or a
Yeah,
Camry or a Toyota or even I mean, I guess the closest thing you have is a convertible, but it ain't the same.
Yeah, and like the off-road communities, it's probably as close as you get to it with like Jeeps and Broncos and stuff. Is like getting out there, but it's still not quite the same.
Yeah.
It's really not.
I talked to my mom right before I got here, right? And I kind of let her know what was going on. I really wanted to talk to my dad, but my mom was insistent on putting her input. But I asked him essentially, because my dad, my family, they do have Harleys. My dad talked about Harleys. And, well, I asked my mom, like, what she thought, right?
Obviously,
she's like...
This was good for you.
Was it like an hour?
I had to cut her off. I had to cut her off.
It happens.
Yeah.
You should have asked me first, because I could have helped you.
So she was like, "You're thinking about getting a Harley?" I'm like, "Mom, please let me talk." But I said, "Mom, what do you like about a Harley?" And she said, "The noise, the sound that Harley
likes."
That she likes. She's like, "That's sexy to me." And my question to you is, what, as far as being a woman with Harley, what do you think draws women into Harley?
It's the same thing, it is that rumble. I mean, we have like an ongoing joke that we have here at the shop about bad boys, because we have our friend Ro who like has a song called Bad Boys, and our whole song is about, I keep falling in love with these bad boys and they're terrible for me, and I know it's a problem, but here I am falling for another bad boy. And motorcycling allows you to be your own bad boy.
Hey.
Like, it allows you to be the bad boy,
wow.
or like, hey, how often do we have girls that'll maybe not make the best of judgment and buy said bad boy's motorcycle, and then things fall apart because breakups happen, and boyfriend toils off, and now we got girl with motorcycle, and she's like, well, F you, I'm gonna ride it.
Yeah.
And that's a huge path.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I didn't want to offer that. That's what I'm talking about. These
But
things
that
triggers.
Yes.
They're like,
and it changes her whole life, and now she loves it.
I don't think they ought to
for
keep
you ladies out there that at some point, let me just word to the wise, right? This is Dad and Grandpa talking. So at some point there'll be one of these bad boys that has such terrible credit, and like, oh my God, we're going to spend this great time together, but I really need this bike. It's going to change my life. And the woman is just so beautiful. Let me help you, whatever. I can co-sign.
So
no,
smart with her money.
No, you can't co-sign because I'm that bad. But really, and the insurance would be so much because I'm terrible driving record. One, don't get on the back of that bike. And then two, you don't want to end up with a thing where you're like, Madman, can I talk to you? Yeah. Hi, I remember I was in here 6 months ago, and Josh talked me into co-signing and then buying. Oh, yeah, we've changed the names to protect the innocent. Bullshit! And I'm just going for it, right?
Josh won't be watching this.
I don't care if he is Josh. Anyway, I mean, it's not like he used to work here or anything. So we're not saying nothing. But anyway, she comes in, wait, what do I do with this? Right? I said, you got a decision. One, I'll buy the bike and pay it off and blah, blah, blah. Or even better yet, why don't you ride it? And she says, I will. Will you help me? But I don't have it. he's still got it. I'm making payments and this isn't right. The nice thing about all these clubs that we have at the Harley dealer, she just happened to tell that story and one of the club guys overheard that, and sure enough, she got the bike back the next day.
Brotherhood.
It
You
was
like
so-
adopt
it was-
18 brothers when
It
you
was
buy a
so
bike.
beautiful. It was just, I thought, gosh, what are the luck and the odds? And then she decided to ride it, and then she don't want to trade it. She loves that thing, right? So it's always that thing that, you know, that triggers, like your mother, right? So your mom, did you tell your mom, hey, would you be okay if I rode a motorcycle? Did she give
My
you the
mom
green light?
does not think it's okay, but when I asked her that, she herself was like, I would love to be on back of a bike. And I'm like, Mom, why are you so backwards on this? But, you know, if she's being a mother, and she definitely knows her son, she knows if I want to do it, I'm going to do it. She's going to tell me her mind regardless.
Well, let me help you with something that'll make it real easy for her. Okay? And I tell this to everybody.
This is a real strategy.
There's always something, and it always works. Especially with moms, right? Wives, I don't know. But anyway, with moms, you already did the right thing. I want to ride a motorcycle. You had to cut her off, let her go, right? Hey Mom, I'm gonna do one of two things. You know, I'm in college, I'm wherever I am in my life. I finally got to the point of this time, especially now for young guys out there that need.
Listen up, guys. Tell your moms this.
Right? No, like grow us. Never, I can't say that. Anyway, it's time for young men to become men, right? So you're gonna go to Mom and say it's time, and I'm gonna make a decision. I got it narrowed down to two things, right? Two things. Do you want to be involved in the decision? There's not a mom out there that's not gonna say, of course, honey, but you have to give the disclaimer. I'm gonna choose one, so you can't say no to both.
We call
okay?
this the AB club.
So you have to understand one or the other. If you know that there's a chance that you can't go one or the other, then I'm not even gonna bring you into the conversation. I'm just gonna do it myself. She's still saying, okay, now what? Motorcycle, right? Give her an hour, whatever. Aunt, sister, brother, accident, nurse. Have you ever seen blood out? Whatever it is, and you're gonna hear it all. It's gonna just get barfed out there, and then she'll at some point the blood pressure will go down, and she'll relax. Say, okay. So you clearly don't want me to ride a motorcycle. Right me home. Right there. Now, face tattoo.
That's option B. A or B.
I got this tribal thing going,
I already got the
and I'm
design.
thinking you'll see my eyeball, but I'm really it's gonna have red and green, and then, you know what she's gonna say? Get the bike.
Get the bike. Dad, thank you for
Bike
saying
doesn't seem so bad now, does it?
And that's marketing 101 right there. Pleasure versus pain makes
Have
every
A,
decision.
B, you're
in
gonna
the
make
world,
the
right?
decision.
You can't mess with my baby's little thing.
Oh, this is
But
a
B-
perfect example.
Yeah, I was gonna say B has to be a lot worse than A, that's for sure.
Yeah, you don't need to go all the way to crystal meth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Let's not
Face
do that.
tattoo.
I do want to switch a little bit of the conversation, and y'all touched on it earlier, but culture, as far as, you know, like the Hispanic culture, the Hawaiian culture, Filipino culture, is there any marketing that y'all do towards those types of demographics?
So in essence, I already answered the question, like you said, because we have so many riding groups.
Yeah.
What we have here at San Diego Harley Davidson, it's not just a dealership, we're talked as a community. But even more than that, it's a media center, right? And we have a campus here that's over 5 acres. I mean, between a 3-acre parking lot and a stage outside. Hell, we even have pickleball courts, paddleball courts, a golf range. So we have like we're Dave and Buster's for serious people, right?
Yeah, right here.
I mean, right here,
Right
all
here.
of it here.
I'll
So
take you back there when we're done.
Awesome.
Kanakakili, big Hawaiian riding group. They want to do something, they have their luau here. We have different groups doing toy runs, right? So literally every culture comes here, and then we use our real estate to showcase their unity and their events here on our campus, and we don't charge for that. They do fundraisers here. We help them raise money to promote their causes. So that's where we get all the different cultures.
Yes.
And the cultures, like anything, people like themselves, right? So you'll have Pacific Islanders, you'll have law enforcement groups, you'll have military, right? I mean, so literally, like we said before, there's a group for everybody. So we definitely play on that by not trying to throw ourselves into that world, because we're very symbiotic, right? So what we do is we support everybody else's belief and fun and faith and everything else to bring everybody's enjoyment up and sprinkle in the 2 wheels.
Yeah. Thank you for that. My next question is, what do you think it is about Harley that gives a customer that you get that lifetime value from the customer? What do you think that is about Harley?
Man,
You're riding down the road, and every other motorcycle drops 2 fingers down for 2 wheels. All of a sudden, you're like, wow, I am connected.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't know you. That is just a gesture of, I got you, man. 2 wheels down.
Yeah.
Right?
So the gestures like this.
2 wheels. I shaka because it's 2 fingers.
Yeah. Okay.
It's 2 fingers. Some guy do this.
Oh, so as long as
you're-
it's 2 fingers.
That's what if you ever see it, that's what people are doing. They're just celebrating that you're a biker, I'm a biker, I got you, right? So that's one thing, right? So that is an instant, trigger to making sure that, that's something that's going on.
Mm.
And then you can't say enough about heritage, right? Your grandfather, your great grandfather, if anybody fought in a war, I mean, it's the bike that won World War II, right? Long before they had radios and they had satellites and GPS, you know how the important communication got from one army to the other army or one division to another?
Yeah.
Some gray son of a bitch jumped on a Harley Davidson, not anything else, right? They didn't go find another bike, right? They jumped on a Harley Davidson, a WLA, and he said, Corporal, you gotta go there. And there's gonna be a lot of bad guys in between, but haul ass. And I think all the Germans were just like, what's that, bro?
Yeah.
Wow. And we went right on the DNA. They let them go right by, give the things, adjust the fire, artillery over there, and that's how we won the war.
Man, beautiful. And I love the legacy.
Heritage,
Yeah.
bonds, community. We'll go to meetings all the time, and they're like, well, what's going to happen with ridership and all this stuff? And like, all you have to do if you want confidence in our brand is come out, hang out here on a Saturday for a minute.
And I believe it too. I was here spending a lot of time inside the store, talking to customers, talking to employees, and I generally got the same thing from all of them. Like, they love the culture inside here. Not just here, but as far as owning a Harley, because you go anywhere, meet somebody with a Harley, it's an instant bond. Instant bond.
It's not even, the biggest thing that we don't even, it's almost implied, but we don't even have to get to, because all of that we've talked about so far is so significant, is the value proposition. Where else can you go buy a piece of equipment that not only gets you to and from your job, far more efficient than anybody else? We already talked about 50 miles to the gallon, no parking problem, less insurance, right? All of that stuff doesn't depreciate. A current SUV, like Sheila has a beautiful Jeep because I can't get her. She won't go full-time biker, but that no matter what you do, that Jeep still depreciates at 30 to 50 cents per mile she rides it, right? The Harley doesn't depreciate maybe 6 or 7 cents. So as a result, you have an asset that's going to depreciate, but it doesn't depreciate nearly as much as your car, but still does everything a car does, right? Then you say, let's go have fun today. You know what? I went to the Padre game the other day, and the tickets were $75 each. And by the time I got done with a hot dog and a couple of beers and a souvenir and some peanuts, right? It's no big deal. It was a lot of fun. The Padres won, but I spent $350. That, as good as that was, I went on a ride the other day with some of my buddies, and we put gas in the tank in a minute, $7. We went on a 60-mile ride, and we never even got out of the county. And we went through Twisties, we went back up through Elfin Grove and came back, and we ended up at Miramar. We parked on the side, right? We looked up and we watched the Blue Angels for free, right? And what a day was that? And you know what I invested in that whole day? The gas and
the bike.
Yeah. So what's that worth, right? So you have that. Then you have the future value of that. And I can't even tell you how many people have met their significant others while riding.
I've met Mikey.
So forget the dating apps, forget all this stuff. It's just, if you look at the true value proposition, I can't even tell you, I'm a boat guy, and literally, my wife won't see this, right?
Yeah, she will.
Because it's cost me tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars just to keep them running. Yeah. I've never owned a plane, but I've had friends that have planes, that's their rush, and they hope they have a partner, so when it breaks, they say that's on his half of the airplane, right? It's that kind of stuff, right? The only thing that works that gives you the most joy, because I always say the most fun you can have with your clothes on is riding a motorcycle, is a surfboard.
Yeah.
Because that is the same kind of nirvana, but let me tell you, you know what that takes? It takes you weeks and months of swimming your ass off till your shoulders are, and then you gotta try and crash and eat salt water. I mean, it takes so much time and energy to learn. Once you get there, great. You know what this takes? 2 days.
Couple days.
Commitment. 2
Practice.
days, change your life, right?
Yeah.
We host the largest AA meeting in Southern California, in San Diego County, every Thursday. Drop the bottle, grab a throttle.
Yep.
And they will tell you
Changes people's lives.
that this motorcycle helps me stay sober. And since I stay sober, my all the other stuff. I mean, we all know what the deal is, right?
I'm
And
glad
that's
you
just
said
one
that.
thing.
I was gonna say, I'm glad you said that. I'm actually coming up on a year of not drinking alcohol.
Yeah. Like 125 days, buddy.
Yeah.
Congrats.
And if your mom hesitates at all on option 2, all right, Mom.
Add alcohol in.
All right, Mom. I'm sorry, I was going to join this
Space
sober
tattoo
rider group.
and beer.
Don't make me, Mom.
Yeah,
Keep
no.
me clean. I'm just saying.
But the great part about that is many of our groups, right? When you're a sober rider, one thing I do like is that they're like, you have to ride a Harley.
Okay.
So we don't do that. We love all motorcycles, but there are groups
There's
out there
clubs
that
do
they're
that.
so into it. They're like, no, we only roll
Right.
on Harleys. Not every group's that way, but a lot of them are, right? So that's just, again, keeping that tradition. But again, if you buy into it and you buy a Harley and you have those same kind of beliefs, guess what happens to your resale value of your bike? So all for one and one for all.
Yeah.
High tide raises all ships. So if we keep our bikes in demand and we make them, everybody want to own them, then the value of your own personal Harley will always be much. But the thing that really, really sells a lot of bikes
What is that?
is that, let's just say you're a young female professional and you're pretty much killing it. You do what you want to do on a daily basis, and you decide to buy a brand new Harley Davidson. Do you keep it stock?
No.
No.
No,
I don't know.
as a male, I'm like, no, you don't keep it stock.
From being a husband for 38 years and a father of 2 daughters, I know that people like to accessorize.
That's right.
Very important. It's
Yeah.
very
You hear that, ladies? Accessorizing.
You bought a new bike recently. What?
And man, we don't forget it either.
Have you done anything to that bike yet?
It has a new custom seat. It has custom pegs. It has new handlebars. It has all of the chrome. You know what's better than diamonds? It's chrome.
Chrome. Okay.
It's pretty sweet too.
Absolutely.
And it makes it feel like it's yours. It makes it feel super special. People name their bikes. It's a very personal item to have for sure.
And those married ladies out there, let me tell you something. I made a deal. My wife made me a deal a long time ago. Right, I have as many motorcycles as I want, just only one life.
Only one wife. Many motorcycles, you want only one wife.
Also, I know a lot of ladies that have gotten a lot of really nice handbags because their husbands got motorcycles.
Retail. In my household, we call that retail therapy.
Yes, yeah, we call
Retail.
it you get, I get.
But check this out. So the other part of the value proposition, and again, if we had hours, we could talk about them, right? Because they'll just pop into my. Now let's talk about travel. Let's say, okay, gosh, you know what? Let's go. You've always wanted to go to Paris. Let's go to Paris. You plan it. You see the Eiffel Tower. You do all the touristy things, and you're like, that was a good time. But then you're like, oh my goodness, I got a Harley Davidson that we're picking up at Eagle Rider in Paris. And you jump on a Harley Davidson in Paris, and all of a sudden you're riding through the wine country on your way down to the south of France. Then you get to Nice, and you smell it, and you see it. And that's another thing, right? When you ride a motorcycle, right, it's so visceral, right? You smell, and you taste, and you feel it, right? And yeah, it's the loud pipes, but it's also everything else, right? It's even when you occasionally catch a bug and laugh about it, right? I mean, all of those things are important. So you can now add to your travel experience no matter where you go, or your travel experience starts on the back of the bike. And you're like, hey, you know what? Let's take 2 weeks off. And from San Diego, you can hit like 9 national parks in a 7-day ride.
Easily.
Yeah.
National parks.
Yeah.
And let me tell you
Make
something, it's not like hit the parking lot, oh, go look at the Grand Canyon. Isn't that cool? Great, let's jump back. I mean, you experience it. Like then you almost think like, you'll be riding, you'll be thinking, man, imagine somebody doing this on a horse, right?
You will think about that
Everybody in the car is thinking,
like a
imagine
cowboy.
doing that on a bike, and then you get on a bike, you're like, can you imagine somebody doing this on a horse? How epic it is, right?
Yeah.
And then you get into crazy fun stuff like, my wife and I, like I said, happily married 38 years, but we'll get to like Denver, and I'll have a bike, and I'm like, okay, well, we're gonna go from Denver, we're gonna go through the Rockies, Mount Evans, the highest road in America, right? 14,000 feet. You ride your bike up to it. You can go and you go through Aspen, and great places to stay in the summer, when there's no snow, and we went through Arches and all that. But that's all great. But what was even better is putting together the technology on these bikes now. I put together a playlist of all 7 Led Zeppelin albums.
Wow.
So she'll still like, I don't know that I survived the Led Zeppelin trip. But for me, it was awesome. I mean, literally I did every song, so it becomes an adventure, is my point.
Yeah.
It's not just travel, it's not even sightseeing. You change everything into an adventure. Even your daily commute becomes an adventure.
Yeah. So,
Michael, any last questions? Because I think we're probably going to have to button it up here.
Yeah, I did want to mention, because didn't totally catch it, but you're saying that people could rent Harley Davidsons when they travel.
Yes.
Worldwide?
Yeah, worldwide.
Yeah.
That
Harley's
is
that big.
huge. That is something I had no idea that you could do as a harder owner, or just even knowing that. I had no idea. So
Yeah, we're partners with Eagle Rider. They actually even have a club Eagle Rider, which is like anything. You can buy points, and those points can be used all over the world to rent, like literally everywhere. You can ride in India, you can ride in China.
Wow. Yeah.
You can Great Wall with a Harley.
Yeah, that is amazing, and I've learned so much today. I appreciate you, Dan and Angel, for having me here, and I hope my classmates are gonna enjoy hearing
So you
this.
got to finish
I'm
this
going to
one.
ride.
Okay, so our slogan is "Ride the one you love," right?
Yeah.
So
Ride the
will
one
you
you
turn
love.
around and join us with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
San Diego Harley Davidson, ride the one you love.
Thank you, guys.
Nailed it.
Yes.
Thanks,
Absolutely.
Michael. I'll
If
get
you'd
you-
like
I'll
to,
get a
if you'd
shake
like to,
from
thank you.
I'll
I'm gonna
get a
give you
shake.
this. If you,
Like right
that was
here.
awkward. What was that? I don't know.
What type of bike is it? Tell them. Explain them.
Got a 22 Road Glide here,
22 road.
stage 2. And that's the music. No, on his.
So this is a 03 Road King, anniversary colors with twin cam. I think it was the first CVO, right? So, yeah. Everybody can hear me.
Yeah. I think I lost hearing.
And the reason why I got this bike with that noise, because I'm short. And it makes me look cool.
Hey.
You can be tall, but my bike, yeah.